tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Sing it. I actually don't know the words. I was just pretending.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know. What's up, AfterBuzz? Welcome to the Catfish After Show. Tonight we are talking about this season finale with Brittany and Brian. Brian is unfortunately somebody that Brittany used to know, thought she knew.
Never
Unfortunately,
knew.
doesn't. Never knew. Now you're just somebody I never really knew. I'm your host, Jeff Thurm. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jeff_Thurm and on Snapchat, JBryant2.
Hey,
make sure to follow me. Also, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments below. Want to make a quick shout out to Pool in Paradise. That sounds nice. Mega, Jesse J, and Joseph Boza. Thank you guys for leaving comments.
Joseph,
also, check us out
always a good comment,
on iTunes and SoundCloud. And in studio, I'm joined by the boys. Introduce yourselves.
We are in the crew. It's your boy Jimmy V. I am on Twitter and Instagram and on Periscope at Be Your Own Dad. Check that thing right there. Make sure you follow the kid. Make sure you comment and hit us up. We want to hear from you. What's up?
What's up, guys? I'm back. Hello, it's your boy Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Oh, very good. What's up, guys? I'm Nicholas Grava. You can follow me Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope. It's all at Nicholas Grava. Same thing.
Nice. And also, if you guys watched last week, I want to make a huge shout out to Mike Esposito and the whole casting crew.
Shout out, Mike,
coming in and giving us some secrets. Also, want to make sure if you guys are watching or listening and you're going through a similar situation, if you're being catfished, if you are on the other end of the catfish and you're ready to come clean, go to catfishcasting.com. They are casting hard for season 5. They are looking for some huge new stories. They really want to change it up. So if you're going through any situation, hit them up and they can help you out. They're a great team. Huge shout out to them. Now, Brittany and Brian. Brittany. Huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
Has been watching it since season 1.
So she's a vet.
So she should know.
She absolutely should know.
And she doesn't.
She does. She's just unaware of herself. She knew even he said it. He was like, "Wait, so you've been watching since season 1?" When the host of the show calls you out like that, I mean, come on, you guys.
Maybe this comforted her just to watch the seasons. Like, mine's not that bad. It
that
can't
must be
that bad.
It has to be something like that.
Bad.
I think it goes, this can't happen to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the case of
it.
everyone. It's always not me.
Yeah.
So we meet Brittany. She's 24. She's a mother of 3.
Shout out to her because she's handling her business.
Definitely.
Do your thing, girl. All right, go ahead.
Mother of 3 by 24. I was going to say, I don't know if she is quite handling her business. I mean, she's supporting the kids, but she's looking for fathers for them in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
Has been through some tough times. Has been through a divorce. Neither of the fathers are in the picture. At 24, that's awful. That's really sad. So as we talk about every single episode, the more vulnerable you are, the more of a situation you are likely to be catfished. So it is sad to see that happen. This was quite a sad episode. I think we all felt for her. She had her first kid at 16. Right. Oh boy, that is so young to have a kid.
I mean, not only is that young to have a kid, but also to have no family support.
Yeah,
she said her mom
was in prison.
Her mom was
in prison.
Yeah, her mom wasn't parent. So really, it's like even more like that. Just adds on top of everything.
That was a void, though. She needed something to hold on to. So she had her husband at one point, right? And then it just went awry, and then not catfish, but
Catfish.
trying to find somebody was kind of like the way to fill it. I think that's why she's been so kind of depressed inside. She really just needed somebody to talk to.
Yeah. And this is when sometimes I wish, like, I'm obviously glad the episodes aren't 2 hours. Like, I watch The Bachelor, and that's 2 hours of my life every Monday, and it's just, like, way too much TV. Big Brother's 3 hours.
Big Brother, I was just going to say, I commit 3 hours a week to Big Brother. So.
But, like, there's so much more to the story that I always want to know, and I feel like we're always left questioning, like, what happened with the fathers? What happened with her parents? Like, what's going on? Like, and then I feel like when we get into like the second and third acts, we're relearning the exact same information because they gather information from the person, then they go and then they talk about it, and we hear the exact same thing, but just in Nev and Max form, just talking to them. I always want to know more about these people.
See, for me, I think the more interesting stories sometimes are the ones doing the catfishing, and I feel 100%. Like you're right on that. We end up getting less than 30 minutes of that, and usually it's more of reaction shots to the person that's being affected. But I love to hear why the person's doing it, how they're doing it, you know, how many other people they're doing it with. I think that's so much more interesting sometimes, and I agree, they do get repetitive on the information that we get.
It's like the constant flashbacks of the text, and the pictures. We see the same pictures all the time. But
my kids adore you. It's like, we've seen that 3 times.
Oh
and
my
you mentioned
God,
it.
the kids! You got the kids involved.
That kills me right there.
I know.
I gotta say, every time she kept being like, at the end, she was like, "You did it to my. Like, how could you bring my kid?" You're the one that gave them the phone, Brittany. So don't blame this girl. At the time, guy.
So sad.
And then you still think back to it. Season 1, you've been watching since season 1, and you still you brought your kids into this.
You've been watching from season 1, and you don't do a quick phone number search. Like, screw the photo search.
How
like,
about Google?
Phone number search. Like,
I know.
Even people I meet in person, I search their phone numbers in order to see if they're like serial killers. Like, I Google the fuck out of everyone I meet.
A lot out of people.
Like, I will do whatever I can to get every single piece of information that I can find on you before I put my trust in you.
So he's really searched all of us really quick.
No, I'm
not dating any of you guys. I'm not trying to sleep with any of you guys.
I Google everybody, but one thing is, like, when she has such an awareness, when she sat on the couch and in the first 10 minutes that we saw when she was talking to them, she was like, okay, my parents are gone. I think that's why I'm reaching out to you. But she had a very fine understanding of why and how she was functioning. It seems like she just turns, like you said, can't be me, isn't going to be me. Was you.
So Max at one point, or Max or Nev at one point says, what if you find out that he's lying to you? And she goes, well, I hope he's not lying, but even if it's just a small lie, we can get over it. It's like, okay. So, like, what's the small lie you'd be okay with?
It would probably be like, I'm not in the army. I think that would be the lie she's looking for, like something very little that doesn't change.
I don't have
overall structure.
PTSD.
Yeah, I don't have PTSD. I'm not seeing somebody.
My name's Jason, not Brian.
Exactly. I still think she would have said if it was a dude that came out. I still think she would have been like, okay, well, let's make this work.
That's true. If it was a guy, honestly, I feel like anything could happen except if it was a guy, she probably would have
said yes. Let's make this work.
Or tried harder. Do you guys think so?
Yeah. So the fact that it was a girl,
that just took her out. She was like, and she wouldn't. Although that's why I'm surprised. Well, I'll get to it at the end. But the friendship thing of what I'm just surprised. I said it when they ended up meeting. I really thought at the end they were going to be friends because I just felt. Because she even offered, she's like, how can I be friends now? Like, she immediately jumped to that. She didn't say how we're going to move on with this.
Yep.
I thought they were going to continue to be friends. I was wrong.
Well, they did. I appreciated how respectful she was at the end when she was like, you know, I appreciate you were there for me. I went through a really hard time. You were there for me. So I appreciate it. You got me through my depression. However, we can't be friends after this, which I completely respect. I mean, I respect that.
Because how are you going to tell Renee when you go home that you're still talking to that person and now you're talking to Heather? Like, any friend or family member is going to be like, you're fucking crazy. Literally crazy. That's a tough. But when I was so happy when they started searching everything and we saw the first red flag to me was 75 friends on a Facebook account. To me, I think sketch.
Right.
Yeah.
Who here has? I mean, I don't know. That's weird to me. No. Is that weird to everyone else?
100%.
Okay, good. I didn't know.
At this point, unless you are a parent who's like just joining.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you have under 1,000.
It's weird.
Right?
I think my mom has like shout out to you, mom.
Yeah.
Has like 200 friends on Facebook.
Hi, Mom.
My mom's friends roll deep on Facebook. I tag my mom in a photo. They go out for the likes.
Once they
wow.
understand how Facebook works,
yes,
they're just on it more than I
all
am
day.
Now, you know,
100%.
How many friends do you guys have?
I think I have like just over 1,000, maybe like 15, 1,800.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have like 1,900.
Okay, we're gonna just one up me like that.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sticking around 1,200, 1,300.
I'm way over 2,000.
Wow.
I'm under
I was waiting for
I know. I'm under 3,000, but I'm over 2,000.
That's aggressive. You went out friending people or no?
I think I know every single.
Bullshit.
Wow. Your
most
life is
of
Jeff, you do not know every.
I feel you.
Depends. Okay, no, as in like have a personal relationship with, maybe not.
But
no,
you can tell the story of how you connect to this person.
Yeah, the only random people that I'm probably friends with are okay. So when I got accepted into college, when I got accepted into Indiana University, and Indiana, before I even said that I was gonna go to college there, gave me an email address. Now I was in the high school class where Facebook was college only. So,
Me too.
Y'all are old as shit. That's
so
what that means.
they didn't have Facebook in high school, but all my college friends had it. So I joined with my Indiana account, even though I didn't go to Indiana, and friended all the freshmen.
Okay.
So I think there's a good 10 to 20 of those random people. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure, is from like summer camp, college. I mean, I was a huge social butterfly. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, summer camp. I was a huge social butterfly at college. I friended everyone before I got to college. But
Aggressive.
I think, oh my god, my friends were screenshotting the things that I would write, like when the 2011 group joined, I like wrote all these things on their page, like so embarrassing, like I'm gonna be a sophomore, like come party at my place, like freshman only, like beer pong tourney tonight, like so fucking such a tool. But I got to know most of those people, so yes, I think I know a majority of my Facebook friends.
I say the same thing. I'm probably 90%, and there's like that 10% of random that you think you know because you met through somebody.
You think you know, but you have no idea.
Exactly, but it might be somebody from Catfish. Like,
but do you think, like you were saying, so like a few years ago, how you would use Facebook is completely different. At least for me, it's completely different how I use it now. So for these people that are still using Facebook to like find genuine, like writing on a wall. I don't think I've written on a wall. Maybe for a birthday, I'll write on a wall. Other than that, like I don't post on people's walls. It's mostly just me posting my Instagram to my Facebook or something like that. So I'm surprised that these people are still, I guess there's users that are still just trolling it and on it, or trying to make connections like they are now.
From that MySpace to Facebook situation, I think they still stayed on that MySpace tip and use that as a way to connect with people. And some people just don't have like social means at times to just talk to people face to face. So that's kind of like their block of like, you know, like security blanket in a sense.
Yeah, in a way that I guess you're right. That's like their social hour or whatever they're on it instead of they'll go watch TV for the rest of the day. And then
in the comments below, I want to know how many Facebook friends you guys have and what percentage you guys think you actually know.
There's no way you know not. No, I will go through your feed. And
all
I
right,
will
we're going
find
through all 2,000.
That's fine. All right. I have all night.
All right. So they do the Google search of some of the images. Yep. We find one's just like a general marine photo or Peace Corps photo that, okay, no surprise there. Then they go searching through Facebook and they see
thirsty.
They see the thirsty ent, which spoiler alert,
for entertainment. Who knew?
That was a funny moment. And then they go look at thirsty entertainment thing, and then they see the pictures of
Joseph.
Brian, who is Joseph.
Yes.
Well, he's over in Long Island, actually, not where he says he's.
Well, he's really in Japan.
Well, actually, Japan right now.
But yeah, but he's from Long Island. So right there, right then and there, all of our, we're sure at this point that obviously it's not him.
Yeah.
But then it gets to the point of who could it be?
I was just gonna say they never actually reached out to Joseph.
Yeah, no, sometimes they FaceTime or video.
They do like, hey, are you aware your picture is being used? But they never did it.
Maybe maybe they did and he didn't get back. Maybe they did and they cut it out for time.
Maybe
it was instant too because they also checked out the phone number and it registered to Heather. Right. And they found the Heather, so they're like, okay, check. This is a catfish.
If your photos, like if this dude found out, or if anyone here, if you guys found out your photos are being used,
I'll be mad.
What do you do? Like, is it our responsibility to go in?
Honor.
And I would say no. You say that. Y'all say that for a second, but until it's like, oh, you're dating, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, They have Twitter accounts. I don't know. I feel like, what do you do too? Do you go after them?
Yeah, it's happened to my little cousin from Jersey, where she found somebody was like how you have on your Facebook feed, like you may know these people, add them, and she saw her picture. She was like, "Who is this?"
Wow, that'd have been weird.
Right, and we basically had to. I was like, you should just email Facebook. This is spam. This is not you. Blah blah blah. And the profile was taken down real quick. They're good about that.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's how I'm supposed to find my true soulmate.
Is the one who chooses your photos.
Someone's gonna do all the hard work for me, like canoodle this person and make them feel good about themselves for 2 or 3 years.
Get the awkward conversation out of the way.
Get the bullshit out of the way, and then like when they're ready to settle down, like
you're the actual person.
I'm like,
not a bad situation.
You know, best of both worlds. So
silver lining.
Anyway, if you are applying to Catfish casting, please do not use my photos. I do not look forward to seeing myself on season 5. So I want to talk about the cousin really quick.
Yeah.
I kind of had this feeling, and she came out and said, like, I didn't want to say I told you so, but I have this like circled because I got kind of angry. Why the fuck are these friends and cousins of people being catfished not making them do these phone searches and picture searches? If the person themselves is too dumb to like want to not look it up, all these other people that know of catfish, why aren't they doing it? They're honestly, just as guilty.
The only thing I can think is we're literally in like a subcategory of people that would do it. Because I agree with you. I'm 100% like, search the image, or anyone around you, search that fucking image. But clearly, we are the only people that think that. I don't know.
No. I'm pretty sure. I have this feeling that Renee did, and she checked it out, and she knows.
No,
she knew all along.
No,
but she just doesn't know how. It's kind of sensitive when you're so close to that person, and you tell them over and over again, like, I cannot. Like, you need to stop. You need to cool down off trying to find or trying to meet people online and trying to be so personal with people right from the get go. And she's just not listening. I have a feeling that Renee had to take a look.
But if Renee knew that, you turn the laptop to her face and be like, look.
Yeah, you say something.
I rather learn from my friends compared to Nev. Hey, it's Catfish.
Hi, it's Nev from Catfish.
Like, oh, it's too late now. So that's just crazy.
So my friend went home from... with this guy from a bar one night, and the next day, first thing I did was obviously Google his phone number. Shout out to you, Allie. What's up, Allie?
You're a good friend, though. You're a good friend.
We looked at his friends, and we found like his yearbook photos, and like we found all this embarrassing shit on him, and she never called him back.
Wow, that's right there, fine line between friendship and absolute creepiness.
Oh my god, I get creepy. Also, I also want to make a quick shout out to Nev. I was lucky enough to talk to him at the MTV VMAs, so you guys can check out my quick little interview with him from the red carpet online. It was fun talking to him. He was also kind of shouting out season 5, looking for stories. So just want to throw that in there before I forget.
Did he mention when they were going to start filming season 5?
They start filming this week or next week.
Oh, so they're getting right into it.
Yeah, but they're still looking for stories.
Cool.
Yeah. So the cousin, blah, 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 blah. Cousin did nothing to help.
No, cousin did absolutely nothing, but it was nice to see that she had real humans in her life, I guess. Yeah. And it was, you know what? Oh, one thing that we kind of brushed upon was that she didn't allow, well, really, the fathers didn't allow the kids to be on the show.
I love that.
Which is good, yes.
Thought it was a good choice.
Leave the children away.
Though I did see a quick picture of the kids.
Right.
But I would think maybe just keep them out totally. Although she says the fathers weren't in their lives, but clearly the fathers made this decision, so it makes me question.
No, I think you have to have, unless she has full consent over the children,
she needs their approval.
I think you need both parents to sign off.
Well, at least we know they have half of a...
She said dads. Are there multiple dads?
Yeah.
So there are multiple
I think
dads.
the one at 16 and the 2
were the same dad, and the last one
had one kid, got married, had 2 kids with the other dad.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
So they decide. They finally get in touch with Heather. They call Heather. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
They call Brian. Brian doesn't pick up the phone. They leave a voicemail. Brian eventually calls back, says it's Heather, Brian's sister, and that it's not a good time for Brian to be on TV right now, that he's going through some shit. And
is it ever a good time for any catfisher to be on TV?
Never.
Even after they do it, it was like, that wasn't a good time.
Never a good time.
Trying to save face.
What's her face thought it was a good time.
Yes. Barbie.
Barbie.
Oh my. Yes.
Barbie thought it was good.
I'm honestly scared to what I say about her because I don't want her popping up anywhere.
I also don't want to talk about her because
pop up on our thing.
Because that's what she wants.
Because yeah, exactly.
That's
So
exactly.
moving on. So they decide that they are pretty much going to head to Kentucky regardless if they hear from her or not because they have their address, which I think is kind of weird, but whatever.
Aggressive for sure.
But she does call back. They do finally kind of convince her.
Semi-ish.
Yes.
Until he was like breaking in her basement, she seemed like she was still
did
staying
she ever
inside.
say yes?
No, I think they just really infiltrated.
The last,
we're coming.
The last message I think was in the hotel when she was like, I traveled 7 hours, the least you can do is see me. But I don't know, did she ever respond to that?
She said, if you love me, don't make me go through this. I thought that was bullshit because if you actually have feelings for this person, you wouldn't be lying the whole time. So I just thought that was ridiculous.
I guess she really did consent when she was like, "Okay, meet me at my aunt's house."
Oh yeah, that's true.
Meet me at my aunt's house.
I don't,
bro. You take.
I live with
go to the garage.
I live with my mom and dad, so I don't want them involved. But come to my aunt and uncle's. They live down a back alleyway, and I'll meet you out in the back
Hold
alley.
up, what's the point of that if your mother's not around and that's not even true? Right? Why even lie about that?
Well, she said her mother was around in the beginning. I guess she's back now. I don't know. That could be a whole nother.
Great observation.
Though. Why would she even lie about that specific thing?
I don't know. But that sketchy alley looked like our front yards.
Yeah, that was not a sketchy alley.
Does not have a drought.
Yeah.
It was green. It was beautiful. I want to live there.
They can see some alleys in LA because the sure as hell don't look like that.
No, dark alley? What dark alley? There was no.
What? We've seen them walk in some way creepier locations.
Right.
So
that was beautiful.
Heather walks out.
Yep.
But in the car, they were really amping her up to, like, they were amping Brittany up. They were like, listen, you have every right to say everything that you feel right now. And I was like, well, if you're going to do that, at least maybe don't show it so we just think it's all organic out there. Like, you tell her, you have a right. Because that way you leave the car and you're like, yeah, I do. Like, I'm going to live.
Let's go.
So I understand they want good entertainment. I'm just surprised they did air that part of them amping it up.
That was Max's, like, director mode. Like,
oh, yeah, that's true.
Tell us what to do.
Listen, in this scene, you are really taking her side.
Sure.
That's funny.
So Heather walks out. We learn that she's 25 and she is in school. And she has never been accepted for who she is. She's always been made fun of. She's not accepted in her own home. And so she tried online dating. And although she didn't see herself as a guy, it was easier to be a guy.
Right. She got better response than what she said
It's
she was by herself.
a very common story that we see.
Yeah.
You know, that this is why people go to the internet, because of this way you can form whoever you want to be. But in the end, it's like, if you're ever going to actually pursue anything, any real relationship up there, you have to be who you are in the end anyway.
Just be you.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
Plain and simple.
if you're going to catfish someone, like, why don't you at least choose the sexuality of the person? Like, be a smoking hot girl.
Right.
And, like,
yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Catfish a hot girl to talk to you and be a hot girl so that there's a chance that she falls in love with you and doesn't matter what you look like. Don't go after a straight woman with 3 kids as a man and, like, hope for the best.
Yeah, use the right bait.
Like,
really, is what
if you want to,
use appropriate bait.
Right. And she said she knew. She's like, I knew this was never going to happen. Why'd you keep on going? Why'd you go that far?
Right.
This was never going to happen. Well, maybe that's why, because she knew it was never going to happen. So she was just like, feed. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what's going to, what you're going to do. But she didn't realize the repercussions it could have on a person. You saw how thrashed Brittany was in the car.
Yeah, she was really upset there. I just sometimes I question in the scenarios do they go out looking for love in a relationship, or are they just going out looking for a connection and someone to talk to?
A connection.
Sometimes I question the two, because sometimes they say, oh, we've been dating for, and it's okay, first of all, you're dating someone you don't know. But the other thing is, this one, they really kind of were like, yes, you've been through everything with me, but they really never said love, did they? Or relationship or anything like that. If I recall, I don't know. Maybe
they could have been. We haven't seen the text, but you never know. But you're right. I don't see that. I don't remember seeing that on the screen.
It's more just about a connection.
Right.
But yeah, she was pretty messed up in the car. That GoPro was front and center, getting that ugly cry real close.
Ugly cry.
Poor Brittany may not have known.
And now I was surprised when we found out that she didn't even alter her voice at all.
No, see, that's what I was telling you guys.
Brittany was like, this is the voice that I was listening to. It was like, what?
Yeah, she was like, that's the voice. And it's like, oh, so the girl with the country accent is the voice? Brittany.
4 years of the show. Like, if you've seen this show, you know what happens.
If y'all ever get catfished and go on the show after seeing 4 seasons and being on a panel, I will have no remorse for any. Yeah.
I'm going to be married for like 25 years in a very healthy relationship and still not fucking trust the person.
You? What's up?
Still Google them and still fucking look up their number and like fucking by then like record their voice and like search their voice and see if their voice is someone else's.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't trust it anymore. But that's when she just kept blaming. She said, you went too far. I told you personal things. It's like, no, you let her, and yes, you told her personal things. I don't see how that's a her issue. Yeah. Like, yeah, she started it, but you also. It takes 2 to tango. Right. Never used that. But
I think Neve and Max said it too. They were saying it when they met together again after the first initial meet. They were like, it's each of your responsibilities to kind of go ahead and make things happen. Like you said, it takes 2 to tango type situation. And and Brittany said yes. It's both of our responsibilities. And from there on, we kind of saw a little calmer picture of Brittany. But at times, Brittany looked like she was gonna get a little hood. And like a little mad, like she was gonna cuss somebody, like because she was, like obviously pissed at what happened. But then she got a little calm and she got a little more collective, and then she got mad again. But yeah.
We've yet to see a person who got catfished say exactly what's on, like go all full force, like
on their mind,
unless they've been cutting that out from the show, because I can only imagine how bad these actual scenes actually get.
Yeah,
you think? I feel like.
Like, if it was me, like, I'm...
Yeah.
I feel like it's such shock and such denial that it takes a while for it to, like, really, really set in.
Yes.
So she's cussing back at the hotel.
I also think that they know that they're on TV, and unless they are ready to be on, like, Mob Wives or, like, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, like, they're going to keep the ratchetness to themselves.
Love to see a table flipper too, though.
I know, some weave pulling.
Wouldn't be bad. Season 5.
Yeah, come on, bring it. But yeah, no, everyone we've seen has kind of handled it in pretty adult ways. But
yeah,
they are on TV and they do know what they're getting themselves into. So, is there anything else you guys would like to discuss about this episode?
I personally don't feel any remorse for Heather.
For Heather?
For Heather. Because she was like, I come from a small town, nobody accepted me, blah, blah, blah. But you're doing this to a person who opened up her life, 3 kids. And I'm going to just go back to the quote one more time. She said, if you love me, don't make me go through this. Yeah. If you really cared for Brittany, you wouldn't have made her go through all that. You
got so shocked when you thought he was saying that he didn't have remorse for Brittany. You have that much feeling and empathy for you.
I do.
Maybe I'm just a shitty person.
No.
Guys, I swear, I wish I did. Like, I can understand how some could feel bad, but
I mean, she did it to herself. She should have known better.
Exactly.
But I feel bad for her situation and the sense that. With a divorce and 3 kids.
I mean, she has gone through a lot.
She has gone through a lot, and she put her trust in somebody else, and to get her that... I don't think I've ever seen somebody that heartbroken. We've seen people mad, we've seen people in shock, but she was bawling her eyes out of, like, whatever. And so I genuinely feel bad for her that she got herself into the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad for both of them, yes. But I'm still like, Brittany, 4 seasons of Catfish...
Yeah.
And that voice,
You've seen the show.
And that voice,
And that voice.
And Heather, I feel bad for you. I mean, you didn't have an outlet to go to. You tried. You were bullied in high school. I could see where, you could psychologically be drained by the situation. But you knew what you were doing as well, too. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, you got a new boo-boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right?
I mean...
Maybe the show kind of catapulted that.
It's sad that we live in 2015, that there are people in the middle of the country, all over the world, that are still having trouble with acceptance and being who they are. There is help out there. There are other ways besides catfishing people and lying to people. I understand, like, if you've been lying to yourself for so long, how easy it could be to lie to somebody else. But use other resources. Don't take it out on yourself.
And
don't take it out on others.
Right. Yeah. Look at the end game of Catfish. I've yet to see one catfish be like, this helped me.
Right.
In the end. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of them think that this is going to help or this is the Band-Aid or whatever. But clearly, as we've seen, 4 seasons. Now we're going to see 5th season. Never really does any positive.
There are healthier ways to find love. There are healthier ways to come out. There are healthier ways to deal with your issues, problems. We've all been in some sort of situation that we needed help with. So find help a healthy way.
Yeah.
On that note, I would like to go into predictions.
Yeah, season 5 for day. I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict one of y'all gonna be out there.
I'm gonna turn the TV on and I'll see Nick on there.
No, I don't even know. I want you to start because I really don't know.
For this special edition of season 4 finale predictions, I would like us to predict what we would like to see in season 5. Before I begin, I would also like you guys to comment below, along with how many Facebook friends you have, what you guys want to see in season 5. So I will start. They're like rumors about maybe going international. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not.
Maybe one episode. That'd be cool.
I would like to see in season 5. I would like to see a straight person being catfished by a gay person and them falling in love with the person and deciding that they don't care about their gender and it being a true love story.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be a great episode.
That would be a good one. I'm going to stick to my ratchet ways. I want to see a couple meet. One person is so torn. The fact that they open up, that they're like, I need to get this frustration out. Turn off the camera.
Oh.
I'm not.
Yeah, can you repeat?
Is that like?
They say
guns?
what's on their mind.
Are they honking the
Are those
horn?
words?
Say goodbye? What
They
are
taking a little poop.
You know, if they grab some weave, that'll be fine.
Okay, so you season 5 prediction, weave pulling.
But yeah, weave pulling or getting down and dirty. What's up?
I want to see more of that like catfish situation. I think that was great.
That was great. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But I also agree with the international part. Imagine like somebody falling in love with somebody international over here. They haven't met, but they're about to meet. They're supposed to meet in a couple months, and then they're not really sure if that's that person, so they don't want to go to Asia alone, so they bring Nev. Or I say Asia just because I'm Asian. Anywhere, you know what I mean? Like anywhere around
season 5's budget is going way the fuck up.
True.
We're just talking about their Tahoes now. You know what I mean? They're not a little Ford Escapes anymore.
Moving on up.
I don't know. For season 5, we said it in the trailer we're watching, is I'd love to see some more I love when they have guest hosts on there. Even if they added a third person along with the crew, I think they take an interesting perspective and, something different than we usually see. And more than just, listen, catfish is always going to be a catfish. I've seen that even in season 4 we've seen different ones, but it's always the same structure. I would just love the show to take a different stance. I don't know how that is, but I would love to see it starting maybe from a different perspective or finding someone that is catfishing multiple people and then making them go and confront each person. Like, I don't know. I think that would be really interesting to take a whole new perspective.
And it's season 5 now, so they should start thinking about that stuff and start moving things around. Just because people's interest. They want to see something different, like you said, and you said it right over here. So hopefully they do. I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Nev said that he is figuring out ways to change up how he handles situations. They are gonna have some guest hosts back.
Cool.
So both of those things are confirmed from my red carpet interview, which you can find on YouTube. And on that note, I think that wraps up our show. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Catfish Finale After Show. I've been your host, Jeff Thurm. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jeff_Thurm. And I'll say it again on Snapchat, JBryant2. What, Jimmy?
You know it's your boy Jimmy V. You can find me on Twitter, on the gram, on Periscope, Snapchat, at Be Your Own Dad. Hit me up, holla at me. What's up?
What's good, guys? Once again, it's your boy Nino, and you can find me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Periscope, everything you want to find. You can Google me too. I'm real.
You guys can follow me at Nicholas Grava, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff.
And don't forget to go to catfishcasting.com if you guys have a catfish story that you want to share for season 5. Change it up. Let's talk about you.
There you go.
Make sure you like the video and share it and comment.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AFTERBUZZTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Catfish you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AFTERBUZZ TV or its owners or principals.